Wales 1-0 Ukraine. Yarmolenko own goal sends Wales to first World Cup since 1958. Wales have qualified for the World Cup for the first time in 64 years after Ukraine captain Andriy Yarmolenko headed Gareth Bale's free kick past his own goalkeeper. Wales goalkeeper Wayne Hennessy took the man of the match honours with an outstanding display that kept the gifted Ukrainians at bay in his side's 1-0 victory. So, over 6 decades after reaching their one and only World Cup in Sweden in 1958, Wales are back at football's global table. And, just like at Euro 2016 in France, Wales will find themselves in the same group as England, with Iran and the United States for company. Success was achieved in the face of the world willing Ukraine on to victory against the odds. Russia's invasion of the country in February and the bloody conflict that has ensued made Ukraine the choice of neutrals. But, as Bale said before kickoff, Wales could not show compassion on the field, and that proved to be the case when nerves were stretched to the limit. As Ukraine's players wilted to the floor on the final whistle, Wales celebrated after banishing the ghosts of history. So near, so far, in the past. Gut-wrenching failures had slipped into Welsh legends since John Charles and company reached the 1958 quarter-finals before losing to Brazil in a solitary Pelé goal. Joe Jordan's handball at Anfield in 1977, more penalty heartbreak against Scotland 8 years later, Paul Bowden's decisive spot kick miss at home to Romania in 1993, and a 2018 defeat to the Republic of Ireland haunted Welsh memories. This time it felt different. Bale, despite being woefully short of game time as his Real Madrid career drew to an inauspicious close, had dragged Wales over the semi-final line against Austria with a brilliant brace. Bale had played just 30 minutes of football since that Austria win on March 24, but he let out a side showing one change from that game. The fit-again Kiefer Moore replaced Harry Wilson to pose an aerial threat to Ukraine's defenders, who had an easy right against Scotland on Wednesday. Ukraine had spent huge energy on an emotional night at Hampden, their first competitive match since November. The key question was whether they could summon the same spirit and strength just 4 days on in front of a partisan Welsh crowd demanding to witness history. Manager Alexander Petrikov said a huge Ukrainian flag sent by soldiers from the battlefield and signed by President Volodymyr Zelensky had been hung in the visitors' dressing room. Petrikov kept faith with the side that had beaten Scotland, and Ukraine's support included 100 refugees who had been given free tickets by the Football Association of Wales. Ukraine had the ball in the net after 2 minutes, but Alexander Zinchenko had taken the free kick too quickly for the taste of Spanish referee Antonio Matulajes. Hennessy saved the second attempt from Ruslan Malinovsky, but the goalkeeper was the busiest man on the pitch as Ukraine almost opened up Wales at will. The Burnley goalkeeper kept out efforts from Viktor Tsygankov and Roman Yaremchuk and had to use every bit of his 6 feet 6 inches frame to push another deflected effort to safety. Zinchenko and Tsygankov forced further stops from Hennessy, and it looked a matter of time before Ukraine would score the goal that their supremacy deserved. But Wales, whose best attempt saw Nico Williams drag wide from just outside the box, took the lead after Daniel James had been fouled 25 yards out. Bale lined up the free kick, and the intervening head of Yarmolenko saw the ball flash past Georgi Yubushkin in the visitors' goal. Ukraine responded as Zinchenko's powerful shot was tipped around a post, and Wales were relieved to escape a VAR review when Yarmolenko was caught by Allen. Bushkin denied James on the stroke of halftime, and Wales should have given themselves breathing space 4 minutes after the break. Williams sent James free and he found Moore down the left. Moore played an inviting ball into the path of Aaron Ramsey, who with the goal at his mercy missed the target. The temperature was rising, and Wales boss Robert Page was booked for dissent after James went to ground, but no foul was given. Hennessy had been afforded a quieter start to the second half, but produced a wonderful stop to deny Tsygankov with his legs before Yaremchuk stabbed the rebound wide. Wales sent on Brennan Johnson, and the Nottingham Forest youngster struck the post with his first touch. But Wales were indebted to Hennessy again when he somehow clawed away Artem Dovbik's header. Bale almost sealed victory before making way in the final 10 minutes, but his dream of adding a World Cup appearance to his glittering CV has finally come true.